Hey guys, it's Pastor Chris here from Winnecook Christian Church. Wanted to get on here and do a quick video. I may start doing a lot of these quick videos, daily devotions if you will. I'm driving in my car here, heading back home, so it's a perfect time to do something like this. It's quiet. Got a lot of kids in my house, which is a good thing. But anyway, what I want to talk about is the longest distance. A wise old Christian man told me about this concept, that the longest distance is, quite honestly, the distance between your mind and your heart. As in, I realize in your brain you have emotions and thoughts and logical thoughts, and those things are both together. But what he meant was the symbolic part of your heart being the emotional part of the human being, and the mind, of course, where we think. That foot, or 13 inches, is really honestly the longest distance that you'll ever cross. Because we, as human beings, sometimes aren't able to process our emotions and our thoughts in the same way, or at the same time, I'll say. We can definitely communicate between both sides of our brain and cause a connection eventually. If we're in a calm state of mind, we can process our emotions. But if we're not in a calm state of mind, if we're upset about something, quite often not able to process those emotions. So what he was trying to say is, or in a quite wise way, is that what we know to be true in our mind sometimes take a long time for our heart to realize. So what I'm trying to say here is, we as Christians have a duty to make sure that we are processing our emotions before we respond. Making sure that we think about what we're feeling before we lash out at somebody. That's what I want to talk about today, because I see a lot of that in the world, a lot of lashing out. I'm not getting into political discussion. That's not what this is about. This is about humanity, and humanity is in a dire state. Let's put it that way. We're seeing brother against brother. We're seeing that. So what I want to remind you of today is that as you go out and about in your world, make sure that you have thought about a situation before you respond. Because you want to make sure you're not responding in an emotional way. God talks about this in the Bible. He says, be angry and sin not, right? He's talking about the emotional brain and the logical brain there. You can be angry, you can feel that emotion. You may have a reason to be angry. But make sure you're not sinning in that anger. Make sure that you're thinking through that situation first before you just react and hurt someone. What does it say about our tongues, right? We need to make sure that we are not a part of the problem in this world. We are part of the solution. Because the world needs a solution. There's so many hurt feelings out there. We see lines dividing. Don't be a part of making that worse. Alright? God bless you guys. I love you. Think about the longest distance. Try to make it shorter. Alright? God bless.